to say a couple of words?
Sure.
Oh, there we go. Audio's perfect.
Okay.
Fantastic. What I told Len is I kind of just stand over here and it's almost like you're talking to me.
Yep.
Good to go. Audio's good. So with so many new faces, let's not talk about necessarily the people, but I guess what your needs were for this year in recruiting, besides a bunch of bodies, what you went out to do once the last season was over.
Right. It probably took me a season to figure out what actually worked in our league for players. What did the skill set look like, and what was the success that other teams were having, and why, based on that. So once I sort of got an idea of what that looked like, then it was setting out to try and find players that you felt could fit those types of positions, and start to build a platform for a program over the next 4 or 5 years. So we kind of cut a wide swath in a variety of areas, and we're bringing players in to try and see if we feel that they're able to to make it at this level to be a productive player.
So the exhibition season's completed. You ended it on a positive note with a win. Did the team, I guess, meet some of your expectations through the exhibition season?
I think so. It's a lot of learning. I mean, with 16 new players coming in, there's learning right from the beginning. And although 2 or 3 of those players had played in a variety of other areas and at different levels, it's still everybody had to try and learn how to play with each other, along with a new style of play. Playing for me as a coach. So we had to jam that in as much as we could early, and then see how things would start to work themselves out, what players felt comfortable, and who needed more time to sort of grow and develop both within their game, but also to understand how to play at this level. So overall, I think it did exactly what we needed it to do, and the next step, of course, is the start of the season and begin an analysis then in sort of real competition where it really counts.
So this season, I guess, what expectations do you have, and I guess what are the strengths? Well, let's first maybe go with the expectations for this season. I guess what do you think the team needs to do, to have a season that you expect out of this team?
I think for us, and again, just with a starting point of year one, for me with a recruiting class, we just need to get better every day to meet our own expectations first before we can even begin to look at where we are measured up against everybody else. We have to figure out how to play ourselves, a style of play that fits our personnel, with players who are ready and willing to do that. So I think it's, the growth process for us, if we measure it internally, of course, other people will measure it with wins and losses back and forth. But I think at this point in time, for me, it's like, how far away are we from being able to compete every night? And what is it that we need to do to get to that point in time if we're not there yet? And I think we're closer than what we thought we might be right now. But again, exhibition season versus regular season are two totally different things. There's a bit of a freedom that comes with making mistakes and trying to correct them in an exhibition schedule versus games that count for a 4-point night in a competitive atmosphere. So.
I guess, what are some of the strengths of this year's team? So, things that stand out you feel confident about so far?
I think we have some good young players whose skill sets will grow and develop. So on some nights, when each of those players are sort of playing to their maximum and limit their mistakes, they could actually be, a pretty good group of players playing together. There are going to be other nights where just our inexperience, our youth, our undeveloped physical bodies, all of those things are going to play a part in, and that's just sort of the natural process that it is in many facets, sport just happening to be one of them. But, I think there are going to be some nights that they will play very hard. I think that's one thing that we'll be able to count on, is they'll play very hard and compete each night. So if the skill growth and development can rise with that compete factor, then I think on some nights it's going to be fun. I think that would be the thing that I would hope that people would say was, it's fun to watch them play. They understand where they are in their growth and their development, but it was fun to watch them play. They're doing all of the good things to become better.
That's it, Mike.
Alrighty.
Oh, God.